I rode the wave up to turnout 3, and I got out of the water, and I looked over and I saw a guy kind of like walking over on the sandbar. And I mentioned to somebody, and people were just kind of looking over there. He didn't seem like he was in trouble. He looked like he was kind of walking back up to the point to where he started at. And then everybody just concentrated on walking up to the parking lot. And then when we got to the top, people noticed that he was still out there, but now he was kind of struggling a little bit. He wasn't able to like maintain upright position. He wasn't able to walk on it because the water was getting deeper. So then one of the guys in our group had like these super binoculars with the tripod and what have you. I mean, these things were like, I had 2 pairs, and this thing was like the real deal, right? And he set up, and so we just focused in on him the whole time, and we watched him get off the sandbar and then start to try to paddle to shore. And we thought he was going to do it, but with that wind and the current, and just, I guess every day is a different day out there that you have to deal with, he started having trouble. So somebody called 911, and then that's when that's when everything came loose. We kept our eyes on him as long as we could.
What was the reaction from the people around you kind of when they realized that it was getting serious?
Yeah, yeah. Everybody, we were all kind of getting ready to leave, and just everybody's happy the day's over with, and then we all kind of got together. There was maybe 8 of us on the point, and everybody had different binoculars, and everybody's keeping an eye on him. And then what happened was he started to drift, and the fire department showed up, and then the fire department decided to go ahead and kind of follow him drifting. And so we slowly, some of us went like 2 stops down to look for him. Some of us went 1 stop down. The guy with the high powered binoculars went down, I don't know, a couple stops, and then reset up, and he saw him. And so the fire department came down there, and they started. There was a lot of them, like 10 or 12 guys, but it took them a long time to get everything together because they had to carry the motor. First they had to disconnect the motor and then carry it down the rocks, steep rocks, and that took like 8 or 10 guys to do. And then they had to take the boat down, and that took 10 guys. And then the other guys were getting their dry suits on, and then they had to put the boat together. And we had them in our vision the whole time. um, and then the boat went out, and I knew there was going to be problems like finding him, right? Because, even though we knew where he was and we could see him from up where we were, the boat, once they hit the water, they couldn't see him. So one of the fire department guys stood next to the person that had the binoculars and was giving him like suggestions like go left, go straight, go right. And the guy that was running the binoculars was running the whole thing, just saying, okay, go left, go, you're almost there, you're almost there. Um, and he got to a position, and he said, okay, you both are in my view. I can see both of you in my view. Look to the right. You should see him. And then within like 30 seconds, he's like, I don't see him anymore. He's gone. I don't see him. And then the guys in the boat are like, what should we do? And we're just like, go around in circles, look around. And so they did their thing. We were all like looking for him in different binoculars, doing our thing. A lot of us got in and went up a couple um, turnouts and looked. I had a drone, so I threw my drone up. But the thing was that it has like 20 minutes on it on each battery, but it was so windy that it was draining, so I could only get 10 minutes out of it. And then because I have to go out and come back, I've only got 5 minutes out of it. I mean, if I found him, I'll go out and I'll just leave it on top of him and have them follow it, and it ends up in the water. I could care less, but I couldn't find him. And also during that time, his girlfriend was on the phone with him. His girlfriends told me that right before he went out, um, she stuck a phone in I don't know, maybe his wetsuit. I don't know where she stuck the phone, but I figured he took it out in order to take pictures of himself or videos, whatever, like a GoPro. And so she was talking to him, and he was saying, when are they going to get here? When is the boat going to get here? And then he said, I think I'm gonna try and I'm gonna paddle to the gas station. When I came up to I was gonna say, hey, just try to conserve your energy or say something to him, right? All I could hear him was paddling.
Mm.
And then he stopped responding to her like a minute or two after that. And then he never heard from her. I mean, we never heard from him again.